here at the restaurant show with Tim Hackbardt, who's the CMO of Playa Bowls. Welcome, Tim.
Thanks, Pat.
Yeah, well, it's great to see you again. I know this is a fairly new role for you, so tell me when you started and what's happening with Playa Bowls as far as growth goes.
Yeah, so I actually started back in October as a consultant with the company. John Capsola, CEO, he and I have worked together before. He was CEO of Del Taco when I was at Del Taco. And so we've done a lot of projects together, so he brought me in to kind of help out. And really at that time, really sort of worked on really filling out a big innovation pipeline for the brand. That was like the first project, so that we would have a nice long runway and really cool stuff for our consumers to have. And then they asked me to just kind of come in and do the rest of the marketing and continue on the menu strategy side of things. And so it's kind of old home week in a way, but all new challenges at a new company.
And how many locations do you have now?
So we just opened our 400th today.
Wow.
We're a very beach-oriented brand, Playa Bowls, Beach Bowls. Okay.
Right.
And today we opened up a new location, actually in one of the largest surfing wave pool in America, which is like perfect for us to be at.
Where is that?
It's in Virginia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, there are a couple. I live in New York City, and there are a couple in Manhattan, which
That's
isn't
right.
really very beachy right now.
It's not very beachy, so it's a little escape for the Manhattan folks.
Definitely.
To be able to step into our place. Every wall that you see has murals on it, and they're all actually hand painted. Every single location that we open that way, so it really gives that really kind of cool beach vibe.
And now you have a new menu, I guess, or limited time menu that's called Mermaid Season. So tell me about that.
Right. So this is super fun. We have a very large female base of consumers. It's Women's Health Month right now, and we decided that we're going to put together this really cool program called Mermaid Season to help our mermaids be healthier and things like that, but still have a little bit of fun. So we have 2 bowls and 2 smoothies. But what we always try to do in almost every product we make is have functional, beneficial ingredients in them. So big thing is that we're based on acai for a lot of our bowls. So we have superfoods and superfruits, okay? And that is all throughout these products. We have some smoothies that have collagen peptides in them, okay? Then we also have a bowl that has collagen peptides. And the star of our show is called the Mermaid Mood Bowl. And the Mermaid Mood Bowl, you take pitaya, which is dragon fruit, and it's very, very pink, okay, like fuchsia pink. And then we have another base that's made out of blue spirulina, okay, which is superfood, made from algae, okay. And we put the blue base and the pink base together, and we mix it up, and it makes an ocean.
Oh, cool.
It's beautiful. It's just this beautiful bowl. And then we put fruit on top of that, a little bit of coconut. And then for the fun part, we drizzle Nutella across the top of it. And then we do a really cool thing. We have some molds that we have, and we put Nutella in the molds. We put it in the freezer, bring that out, and what do we pop out of the mold? A Nutella seashell for our mermaids.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, so it's garnished with a big Nutella seashell. So just a really cool little
I'll
bite.
definitely have to try it. How long is this limited time menu running?
It should be around until about the middle of June.
Oh, good.
Yeah, beautiful products. They're quite gorgeous, and again have all those really great functional and superfruits and superfoods, and so it kind of takes that smoothie thing and that bowl thing to a whole other level. That's what we're all about.
And so is that your differentiation? Because I mean, when Playa Bowls started in 2014, you said, it was kind of in a class by itself, but now there are a lot more bowl concepts and a lot more people doing acai bowls.
Right. Yeah, so we see right now that there are a lot more people doing acai bowls, so you can't live on that alone anymore, right? You still have to have a great quality product, but we kind of see a little divergence right now. What's happening is you're kind of seeing a number of different brands that are taking their bowls and they're kind of following that like sugary trend, okay? Like we saw some recently where people are putting popping sugary boba on them, right? Kind of a thing, right?
Wow.
Yeah, and so they're kind of going after that. Well, you're seeing all these beverage things that are pretty crazy out there, a lot of sugary stuff on them, and you see a little bit going that direction. Then you see some other folks that are kind of staying right where they've always been, okay? what we're really trying to do to differentiate ourselves is we're going to have a very beautiful product. We're always, it's almost like the days of casual dining and fine dining. What's the plating, right? How does that look? Is it Instagrammable, so on and so forth? But then on top of that, we're going to have our superfood, superfruit, that kind of thing. But we're going to have that functional benefit for you in almost every single product. That's what's really going to differentiate us. So that's why we're bringing the blue spirulina. That's why we bring in collagen peptides, and we're looking at a lot of different things like that.
Well, the color doesn't hurt either because that makes it really Instagrammable.
Yeah, we did a product that is called the Tidal Wave, okay, and it's a blue spirulina based smoothie, okay, and then we smear cocoa whip around it, and then we put this in, and it's just this swirling, beautiful blue thing, and that product went viral.
So you also you recently introduced a protein cloud, is that correct?
Yeah.
So what is that about? I mean, that goes on top of a smoothie or?
So the protein will be in the smoothie, okay? And there's sort of like two big trends we're following there and benefits. So first trend is that obviously the protein trend is very large, okay? Can't get enough protein. So we have plenty of protein in there. Then we have the functional benefits of like blue spirulina, collagen, something like that, okay? And we also utilize our bases in these smoothies too. That's kind of unique, where we actually take like the acai base or a base and we put it in there to make the product as well. And those are generally superfoods, okay? Then the final component, so that takes care of sort of our protein user that wants to get that. There'll be around 30 grams of protein in a 20-ounce smoothie.
That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. The second part that we're trying to solve for is doing a great job for our GLP-1 friends, okay? If you come to the 16-ounce smoothie, the smaller portion, which is, of course, what GLP-1 is looking for, that's still going to have 17 grams of protein in it. But on top of that, the other thing that's very important is fiber.
Right.
Right, okay? So you're going to get about 15, 20% of your daily allowance of fiber in that one smoothie as well. So small portion, lots of protein, fiber, and also the beneficial superfood, superfruit, any other kind of things that we'll have in there on the beneficial ingredients as well. So that's a beautiful answer for somebody on GLP-1.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
where can you find all of that? That's pretty powerful and pretty valuable, right?
When I've been to Playa Bowls in New York City, I always see a lot of kids in there too.
Yeah.
So that must be one of your demographics.
Oh, it's definitely one of our demographics. Yeah, the soccer team, pick any team, volleyball team, anything like that. And one of the things that works out great for us in relationship to that is that that age group thinks it's super cool to come and work at Playa Bowls. So we get like the pick of the litter of employees actually, right? Because it's a really neat brand to work at. They'd rather come and work for us than like, a fast food drive-through.
Right.
It has a much more of a cachet to it. And they really want that product too. They really enjoy the product. So we do very well with Gen Z. We do very well with Alpha, okay? We do very well with millennial moms. So what we're going to be trying to do in the future is do a little bit more for, I would call it more of the sort of the, I hate the word you use, athletic, but active person, right?
Right.
That's really looking for, really good healthy food and protein, beneficial ingredients, those types of things. Yeah, that's where we're going to be reaching out a little bit more to than we have before. But we definitely have the young crowd.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about what's next on the menu for summer after the mermaid season run is over?
All I can tell you, because it's a little bit of a secret,
Sure.
Is we'll be having definitely a leading edge base. Okay, that's what we call them, bases, the acai, the sorbet, if you will.
Right.
And we have a very much a leading edge. It's a different type of fruit that has not really shown up in the category yet. I don't think at all. Definitely not at any of the chains that we compete with. It'll be very summery, very fresh, very fun. So we're pretty excited about that. And that's what'll come after that. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So
I wish I could tell you about it. It's really fun.
Are you looking for functional products here at the show, or what are you looking for in particular?
Yeah, so at the show, we definitely look for functional products if we can find them. We're always looking for very natural, clean ingredients whenever we possibly can. I think, we were talking, you and I were talking earlier, it's like, hey, what are some of the challenges, right? And so for us, we're a pretty big brand, but we're also trying to be a little bit on the leading edge. So sometimes it's a little difficult. You're like, oh, I'd really like to find that particular ingredient or that product or whatever it may be, but it's a little bit leading edge. So getting it into distribution to be able to get it to all of our shops, it can be difficult. So that's one of the things we're definitely looking at here is, hey, how can we find that leading edge thing that has a company that's large enough to be able to supply us and also can get it into distribution to our distribution houses or DOT or somebody like that. So that's a little bit of our challenge. We're trying to be ahead of everybody, right? And sometimes you can't quite get ahead because you can't get this thing that you really want because like nobody makes enough of it or, Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to ask you is I've been looking at a lot of cold foam at the show.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about cold foam in terms of Playa Bowls? Because I can see it kind of working if it's a functional enough cold foam that you're putting on top.
I would say like foams, creams, like we're probably one of the largest users of Cocoa Whip in the world.
Oh, okay.
We put Cocoa Whip on top of everything, like whipped topping, right? It has an amazing flavor. We use it in our smoothies. We use it all over the place. So we're always looking for what's that next sort of beautiful thing that's going to make our bowls and smoothies even more interesting and flavorful. And if there's a functional benefit to that, absolutely, then we're going to be super interested in it, yeah.
Are you looking at any equipment or packaging while you're here that might, change what you do now?
I would say probably more packaging. You're always trying to look at packaging.
Right.
I think that's a real big area. You can always improve on that, especially because we have a cold product. How do you keep it cold longer? So that's a real big one. And I think the thing that I ran into that, we really kind of want to jump into next is drone delivery. Because drone delivery has grown up now, right? It's a real thing. And there's enough companies out there that have scale and they have the sites already built in certain markets. And I think that's kind of going to be one of the next kind of cool little things that we have a very large percentage of orders that happen digitally, whether that be through our mobile app or through third-party delivery. So we already know that the convenience of our product through those channels is something everybody wants. So let's expand into that area because it's pretty solid now, those providers.
It would be really fun to get a Playa Bowl while you're on the beach and it just drops down.
Right, you can
on your blanket.
Right, exactly. You can do that, right?
Yeah.
And I think in Atlanta, so there's a couple companies in Atlanta now where I live, and think of Atlanta, it's a summer, it's really hot out, and you order Playa Bowls, and they literally deliver it to you next to the pool that you're sitting
That's
next
cool.
to.
Very
Like
cool.
that, you can't get any better than that.
Well, I think that's a good place to end. Thank you very much, and I appreciate your time.
All right, thanks, Pat.